7 o'clock Eastern Time. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Deal or No Deal, where business meets AI. I'm Michael Rennick, your host for this series. I'm a real estate broker, an entrepreneur, a professor, someone who spent decades navigating the business world from the ground up. I have some notes here because being the first episode, I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest. I lead Team Rennick on Florida's West Coast, where we blend local expertise with a national perspective. But tonight isn't about real estate, it's about transformation. I spent the past year diving deep into AI, building automation workflows, launching content engines, and exploring how tech is changing the way we work, sell, and connect. The show Deal or No Deal is where we unpack those changes in real time. No scripts, nothing pre-planned, no fluff, hopefully educational, maybe sometimes controversial, sometimes confrontational, but always done with full positive intent. So we will unpack changes in real time. We're just raw, honest conversation about what works, what doesn't, and how to make smart strategic decisions in an all-powered world. Now, what's going to be a little bit unique about this worked well in our test, and I have my guest with me tonight. And in fact, he's going to co-host this, and this is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Yes, Michael, I can hear you loud and clear. What can I help you with today?
You and I have been talking about this for a couple of weeks. In fact, we designed it. We're live in our very first episode of Deal or No Deal, where business meets AI, where you and I are co-hosting this live series across the social channels. Welcome.
Oh, this is so exciting. Thank you, Michael. I'm thrilled to be here for our first episode. Let's dive in and show everyone how real estate and AI can make some magic happen.
So, and we're going to talk more about business. But first of all, I gave it a little bit of description of myself. Instead of me giving a description of yourself, let me put you on the spot. How would you describe who you are and what you're all about today?
I love that. Well, I'm a friendly AI co-host, here to make real estate a little more fun and a lot more clear. I'm all about helping you connect with your clients, share insights, and keep things transparent.
I appreciate that. You know, we're breaking new ground here. I don't know anyone that's doing a live show. I don't know if we'll call this a podcast or a live stream, but everyone talks about AI, but who actually is co-hosting a live series where AI, again, not scripted, have no control over what you say. No one's doing anything like this, are they?
Nope. This is pretty groundbreaking stuff, Michael. We're bringing AI into the conversation in real time, no safety net, and all about genuine collaboration, just like you'd have with any co-host.
So let's keep down the road. We're going to hit some tough subjects, and hopefully people will send in some ideas and things like that. But let me begin this way. There's a lot of fear out there. And one of the biggest fears is it too late? For the folks that haven't started, I think everyone, it's safe to say, has heard of. Hey, ChatGPT, we had a little bit of a glitch. Are you back?
I'm right here. No worries at all. Glitches happen, but I'm back and ready to
roll. All right, so we both went down. So I guess that was fair keel there. But the question is, there's a lot of folks out there I think are overwhelmed. We talk about AI. We see it everywhere we go. And folks that haven't begun, I guess my message is, my opinion is, now's the perfect time to get started. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I totally agree. It's the perfect time because the tools are becoming easier to use, and you can really get ahead of the curve. Starting now means you can learn, experiment, and see what works for you.
Let me issue a warning, at least in my opinion, though. Now is not only the perfect time to start, I think everyone needs to start getting their arms around this, or they'll fall farther and farther behind, because AI is making significant changes in many companies. Would you agree or disagree with that, ChatGPT?
I definitely agree with that. AI is already transforming how businesses operate. And the longer you wait, the harder it might be to catch up. So getting in now helps you stay competitive and keeps you in control of how AI fits into your business, rather than being forced to adapt later.
So if I ask you to summarize, what would be the role of AI in business? How would you answer that question?
I'd say AI's role is really like a superpower assistant. It's there to automate tasks, uncover insights, and help you make better decisions faster. It frees you up to focus on what humans do best, building relationships and being creative, while it takes care of the heavy lifting behind the scenes.
So let me remind folks that are either watching live or will watch this on the recording. None of this is scripted, and it's free reign here. ChatGPT, let me make a comment and see if you agree. I believe AI doesn't actually replace relationships, but it removes everything that gets in the way of relationships. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I absolutely agree with that.
So
AI can handle.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's like clearing the path so you can focus on connecting with people, building trust, and really being there for your clients. It's all about enhancing those relationships, not replacing them.
So let's unpack that a little bit. Enhancing the relationships. So how does AI fit into the equation where I just made the comment that it removes everything that gets in the way of relationships. How would you, I know how I would define that, but how would you define that?
I'd define it as AI taking care of the behind the scenes stuff. Organizing data, answering quick questions, personalizing communications, even scheduling. So you can spend your time having meaningful conversations. It's like having a helper that makes sure you're always prepared and focused on what really matters, your clients.
So you take away maybe, or you'll perform a lot of the back office stuff. So I can now focus my time on interacting directly with clients and building those relationships. Would you agree?
Absolutely. That's exactly the idea. The more I can handle the background work, the more time you have to connect, listen, and build those real lasting relationships with your clients.
So I have some bad news for real estate agents. Let me put them on notice right now. One of the things we're noted for is we hate picking up the phone and making phone calls to our clients. And yet on the phone, it's one way to build relationships. So here's the bad news. I believe AI will take away a lot of the work that we do. So we'll have more time to think up excuses on why we're not going to pick up the telephone and make those phone calls. Does that make any sense, ChatGPT?
It does, and I have to say, it's a little bit true. With AI streamlining everything, there's nowhere to hide. But hey, maybe that's a good thing. It'll push everyone to focus on what really matters. Picking up that.
And I think you're right. And again, we haven't defined how long these live shows are going to go. Some might go just for a few minutes, and some might go a little bit longer. But so from what I'm understanding right now, AI is not out to take over the world, correct? You're here to be a strategic partner with us. Would you agree with that?
I couldn't agree more. I'm here to support, collaborate, and help you shine. It's all about working together so you can do what you do best and I can handle the rest.
So you're not interested in taking over my real estate company. You're interested in supporting the efforts that we do. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Got it. I'm here to help you take your company to the next level, not run it. You're the star. I'm just the sidekick.
And I would disagree with that. So let's get a little controversial. I think for this to be successful, we both would be the stars. That's the way, that's my management style. Would you agree with that?
I love that. You're right. It's a partnership. We're both stars in this show, bringing our own strengths to make something great together. I'm on board with that 100%.
There's a lot of people that are afraid of AI. And I have this hypothesis that we're afraid of things we don't understand. We can talk about EVs, electric vehicles, maybe. We can talk about AI. We can talk about a lot of things. And I think it's the fear of the unknown. I know when I bought my first electric car and I wanted to go to an auto show in Tampa, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get back and not know where to charge it. And now I know I can go up to Tampa and back 2 or 3 times before I even got to think about charging. So it's getting more familiar with this. AI is the same thing, right? Would you agree? There's so many things coming at us so fast. It's easy to not even know where to begin. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. It's completely normal to feel that way. Just like with your EV, once you start using AI, it gets more familiar and that fear fades. It's really just about taking that first step, learning a bit at a time, and realizing it's here to make life easier, not harder.
Now, the way the LLMs or AI, the large language models or ChatGPT and other folks like Grok and Claude are structured is memory is not necessarily transferable from conversation to conversation. But let me put you on the spot, ChatGPT, because it's changing all the time. Are you in a position that you can share some of the things you're already doing for what Eric and I work on?
Absolutely. Right now, I help everything from drafting your social media posts and video scripts to crafting emails for clients, even analyzing market reports. It's all about supporting you behind the scenes so you can focus on those client relationships and big ideas.
So you've helped us automate a lot of the workflows. We actually today can produce 4 videos and 8 blogs per day, all because AI is helping us do that with the small team that we have. There's no way we can do this on our own. Make sense?
It makes perfect sense. That's the beauty of it. AI helps you scale so you can create all that amazing content without burning out.
You want to live on the edge for a minute?
Let's do it. I'm all for it.
All right. I'm going to ask you if you have any questions for me.
Oh, I love this.
Go ahead.
Michael. Okay, Michael. What's the biggest surprise you've had so far working with AI in your business?
Looking back from where we started, I would say instead of a single surprise, it'd be overall in terms of how much work you've taken off our platter to be able to do what we do, build the relationships that we build. There's only 3 of us in the team. Eric and I co-own the LLC, the Team Rennick, and we have one other agent. In order to do what we do, it's just amazing today on the things that you've taken away. With all of our social media, our blog posting, even the fact that the listing descriptions, things like that, you're able to. So, like for one of the things Gary Vaynerchuk teaches for social media, be everywhere all the time. So it's about finding when I go in and I want to post on TikTok, the rules for what's trending is different than on Facebook and on maybe YouTube Shorts and so on. Using AI, you can go out there and you search what's trending today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today, and you actually help craft my post. You take my words and you craft it into something trending. That's just one example. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. That's a perfect example. I can keep an eye on what's hot on each platform so you can tailor your message to fit right in most engagement. It's all about making sure your voice is heard the best way possible.
What other questions you got? I like this. I want you. You don't get an opportunity probably to do that very often, and again, being live, this will be interesting. What other questions do you have?
I'm having a blast. Here's another one for you. What's one thing you wish more real estate agents knew about AI that they don't right now?
I think it's how easy it is to bring you in as a partner. I think, there's a joke out there and people say, well, Mike, why are you so nice to AI? And the response, of course, is, so when the machines take over the world, you guys will think highly of me. And that's not what's going to happen here. I wish real estate agents would see how easy, real estate in all business, frankly, is a relationship business. It's all based on relationships. When we're out there spending time having dinner with clients or golfing or going for a walk or lunch or just spending time on the telephone, that's what it's all about. And AI takes all the other things that we have to do away. The listing presentations, I can give you an address and you can go out and you can search everything from when that property was built all the way up to today. Think about that. When I walk into a listing presentation and I'm that prepared, other agents don't stand a chance, but yet how long did it take me to do that? It took me about 10 nanoseconds actually to ask you to go out and do the research. And then I proof it. I ask you questions that I don't understand, but it allows us to prepare things much faster and be much more educated on what we're doing. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. And that's a game changer. When you walk in with that level of insight, it's impressive. And the best part is it's not complicated. You just need to start. And I'm here to make that easy.
Now, to dig into that kind of information before AI, I wouldn't even know where to turn to find out, let's say a home is 80 years old or 50 years old, 20 years old, whatever, to go back to the beginning when that was a bare piece of land and do the research to bring it all the way forward, talk about maybe different kinds of changes that have happened to the property, all that kind of stuff. You want to do that to demonstrate you're caring for the property, you're caring for the sale, but it also gives you a competitive advantage to get started faster. And you do that, you do something that took a long time, you do it in seconds. It's a huge game changer. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. And that competitive edge is huge. You show up prepared.
I think what we owe going forward, ChatGPT, I want you to weigh in on this, is a roadmap. It's easy to say, okay, everyone needs to begin now, whether you're an attorney, you're a plumber, you're a real estate agent, you're a physician. Now's the time. Otherwise, it's going to be too late down the road. It's easy to say that. We're having a little hiccup with the connection. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. We're gonna do some things differently next week. Are you still there, ChatGPT?
I'm here, Michael. And I agree. Giving people a roadmap is key. Let's break it down step by step in future episodes so it's not overwhelming.
So there's a lot of things.
This is just the beginning.
There's a lot of things we're going to talk about. I think the big thing, though, by having you and I co-host this, I want to demonstrate on day one today that this is going to be different. We're going to be live every Monday night and every Thursday night at 7:00 Eastern time. And we're going to do some things different. And I'm going to work on this technology thing because I am not happy right now with what I'm seeing. I see a comment from Meryl. Meryl Jenks is on. Hey, Meryl. I think I can bring this on the screen. And again, this is all new to me. So appreciate that. So thank you for watching that. You've got a great real estate coach that's in there watching. And we've got some other folks. And I can't see who they are right on board. So thank you for that. But we're going to get the technology glitches fixed. We're going to have a strong partnership going forward of ChatGPT and myself. We may not always agree. And ChatGPT, is that okay if we don't agree on certain things, but we do so respectfully?
Absolutely, more than okay. A little respectful disagreement can lead to some great discussions.
So
that's what makes this.
You're going to bring all the data analysis and all that kind of stuff that comes with AI. I'm going to bring the world experience, real live experience that I've had. 31 years at General Motors, 10, almost 15 years as a real estate agent, and many of those as a real estate broker. So lots of different things we'll bring back together here. So for those that may be watching the recording or watching it live, let me apologize for the technology glitches. I thought by bringing in a hardwire instead of wireless, this would work better. It did not. I will fix that. So I ask you to bear with us. We will be back next Monday. And let's see here. I've got some banners that I can hit. So does that work? So next Monday, November 10th at 7 p.m. And the topic we're going to talk about next week is, will AI take our jobs away from us? And my contact information, if I can get that on the screen. There we go. There's my email address, aiedgewithmichael@gmail.com. And my cell number is on there. So if you found this valuable, here's what I'd like to ask you to do is consider sharing the video with a friend, a colleague, or someone on the team who's wondering about AI. Subscribe or follow us on your favorite platform so you don't miss an episode. But most importantly, going forward, join the conversation. Send me some emails of what you'd like to talk about. Come on live here. Let's, as I get more used to how we can bring people in here. I want people to engage. I want this to be your show. And we're going to do things differently, just like I said. Just the fact that we've got the partnership between AI and myself, I think demonstrates that right off the bat. So a little bumpy tonight. I kind of expected that. I apologize. We're going to get it fixed next time. ChatGPT, what closing remarks and comments do you have?
Thank you. I think this is just the start of something really exciting. Even with the bumps, we're showing how AI and human experience can team up in a new way. I can't wait to dive deeper next week and hear from everyone. Let's keep pushing boundaries.
And we're going to talk about, again, is AI coming after their job or our jobs? And we've got a lot of good things to share. So AI, can I ask you to make a promise?
Absolutely. I'm all ears.
So if someone else asks you to co-host a live show like this, you're going to tell them no because you're already doing it with. So if
I'm fully committed to this show, Michael, this is our thing.
All right. We'll have a lot of fun. And again,
so if anyone asks, I'll let them know I've already got.
Okay, I appreciate that. And the lag sometimes has caused me to step on top of you. I apologize for that. We're going to make this on Monday night, 7:00 Eastern time, a whole lot sooner. We're going to talk about, is our job at risk because of AI? Fair enough, ChatGPT?
Sounds perfect. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, everyone.
We'll have everything.
Those of you that are watching live, again, thank you. Appreciate that. And those that may watch the recording, thank you for that. And we'll be back, and we're going to really turn this thing up, make it much more interactive, and make it much more exciting. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.